so when you locked up, bro, you gonna meet certain people. They said that it's gonna take a week for your money that ain't seen their family.
Contraband, how you say, man, with that shit, with that contraband, with that.
I forgot they ended up switching us. Everybody was going to prison. They ended up switching us.
Man, with that shit, with that contraband, contraband, man, with that shit, with that contraband, contraband,
Ain't the hits.
Contraband TV. Man, what that shit do, Contraband? Hey man, you already know I'm back. Another one like the other one. And y'all see the title? Truthfully, I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet. I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet. Toxic love gone wrong. Toxic sex gone wrong. Something like that. But we gonna get right into this story though right here though. Like, this is a story about this little female. We gonna call her Ashley. This little female named Ashley I used to mess with back in the day before I went to prison. Ashley was hella cool, man. Dark-skinned, about 5'7", chocolate skin, big ass titties, you feel me? She had real hair too. I had to say it like that too. She had this long ass pretty hair, like, you know what I'm saying? Her shit was hella long. She was mixed with, like, she was some form of Indian, black and Indian or some shit like that. Like, but you can only tell with it by her hair though, and her eyes type shit though. Like, yeah, Ashley was sexy in a motherfucker though. Like, so I met Ashley selling weed, you know. I told you in Vegas, boy, especially back in the day, if you was the weed man, you was the man. I'm telling you, I seen niggas make millions off of selling weed, you feel me? So I meet her at the corner store, selling weed, you know, I let her know I got that, you know, got the tree on deck. I see she buying swishers and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I became her weed man and shit. But I'm trying to crack her, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get her. But you know, back in the day, I was type of nigga, I always kept it real. And I always kept it honest, like, bitch, I got bitches. Like, I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend. I don't care if you got a boyfriend. None of that. Like, fuck about none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, she wouldn't give in though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm selling her weed for about a month, flirting with her and all that. You know what I'm saying? She flirting back with a nigga, but she like, She like, cause I ain't trying to be the fourth string on the roster. She like, you got too much shit going on with me. I mean, she like, you got too much shit going on. I'm not fucking with you like that. Woo, like, so I'm like, yeah, alright. But I'm thinking in my head like, yeah, I'm gonna crack that thing. Like, for sure, I'm gonna crack that thing. So one day she called the nigga up. She like, yeah, she needs some weed or whatever. So I go sell her some weed. It's summertime. So I go sell her some weed, and she like, what you doing today? I'm like, shit, I ain't doing shit today. Like, I'm just, you know, hustling, making money type shit. Like, she like, I'm like, wow, what's going on? She like, man, I ain't wanna ask you. She like, but fuck it. She like, you hella cool anyway. She was like, my people's doing a function. And she was like, I want to see if you want to go with me. I was like, oh, what? You want me to pull up with the function with you? She was like, man, not like that. She was like, I'm just saying, though, like, I'm the black sheep of the family, and I'm tired of pulling up with nobody, and, you know, my aunties and uncles own me and shit. She's like, both my sisters married. Well, she like, my older sister married. She's like, my other sister, older sister, she just got engaged. Like, they all gonna be there, you feel me? And she like, I'm just tired of them questions. Like, when you gonna settle down? When you gonna have some kids? Like, that type shit. Cause Ashley didn't have no kids. You know what I'm saying? No, none of that. She had a good job where she was working. She had own car, own house. Well, not own house, but own apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit was plushed out. You know what I'm saying? All that, like, you feel me? So they asked her, and she was only like, shit, I was 24, so she was only like, shit, 23, 24 years old. Like, she was, you know what I'm saying, on her shit. She was doing her shit, like, you feel me? So, she like, yeah, man, I'm just tired of them questions, like, you feel me? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll pull up and play your boyfriend. I'll be the play boyfriend, you feel me? She laughed at this shit. She like, man, I'm just saying, like, she like, good looking. She like, thank you. Like, she like, you really gonna pull up with me? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up with you. She like, matter of fact, I'm finna park my car. I'm finna hop in the car with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like, all right, man, come on, let's go. So we go to her people's house, bro. Like, and it was cool, little barbecue, little function and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga up in there playing shit, you know, like dominoes, spades, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there whooping shit on spades, you know what I'm saying? I got a whooping shit on dominoes. I got her auntie and her uncle liking me, you feel me? I'm her uncle domino partner. I'm the auntie spade partner, you feel me? Like, I got the family rocking, the family fucking with the nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So, after we leave there and shit, she like, I'm finna hop in my whip. She like, man, what you doing? She like, you finna leave me already? Like, I can tell, like, that a nigga was, you know what I'm saying, so cool, played it off, and, you know what I'm saying, was so cool. Basically, I won the family over. I was so cool, won the family over. This girl want to give a nigga some of that put, you know, so yeah, man, yeah, finna go down, like, so I'm like, oh, I thought, you know what I'm saying, she was like, man, I got some drink in the house, you still want to kick it, like, yeah, man, for sure, man, go up there, man, have a little nightcap, you know what I'm saying, what Shannon Sharp say, we got to do something after two something, you know what I'm saying, so we go up there, get the drink and shit. And boy, we have some amazing sex. I'm talking about like this. Boy, like, you know, it was, boy, look here, man. You can tell she ain't been tampered with, you feel me? For real. You can tell that, you know, she only got Bob, you feel me? That battery operated boyfriend, you can tell. You know what I'm saying? She was tired of using that thing, you know what I'm saying? So, after that, you know, we started fucking around, like, you know, I'm going over there, I'm hitting it. But I noticed that she'd start after the second time we had sex, bro, the third time we had sex, before we had sex, she started an argument out of nowhere. Like, nigga, we kicking it. I forgot what the argument was about, but we sitting there kicking it, bro, and she just started a little conversation, asking niggas some questions, and started an argument type shit, like, and we ended up having makeup sex, and the makeup sex was better than the regular sex, like, but I can tell, like, that she did that shit on purpose, like, you know what I'm saying? So after that, this was all the time, like, all the time she would start an argument in order to have sex, bro, and like she was like addicted to makeup sex, like, you know what I'm saying? And who I say was some of the best sex a nigga ever had? Boy, I'm talking about, man, like that shit, boy, like, man, that shit was good, bro. Like it was amazing. Man, that shit was amazing. It's like she said that we was making African love music. You know, I called it that bulletproof love. You know what I'm saying? She said just how our bodies used to like make the sounds and the noises, and she like, yeah, that's the African love music right there. Like, but also what I noticed about her was that the sex with her started getting a little bit more violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this is the only female I ever had to choke me. Nigga, like, I know y'all like TMI, but I'm saying though, like, you ever been on top of a bitch choking her? You ever been on top of a female? You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, man. You ever been on top of a female choking a female and she choke you back? Like, you're like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, yeah, she is that, like, you feel me? And I'm like, yeah, this little bitch right here, she like it rough. Like, now I don't play like that. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it that rough. You feel me? We not finna be doing all that. But also, we just had a real ass relationship. Like, we wasn't together. Like, she knew that. Like, she used to always bring that shit up. Like, man, you done tricked me into being the fourth string. She like, I'm like a fourth string quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, like, I'm like, man, you already knew what it was. Like, and you know, she used to ask me, like, you know, shit, would you ever leave everything for me? I'm like, everything? She like, yeah, leave everything. Like, I'm talking about, like, you mean like the females? You know what I'm saying? She like the streets too, nigga. I'm like, At that time, I'm like, nah. She like, see, you type of nigga I have a baby by. You know what I'm saying? We'd be straight. Like, I make sure we straight. Like, she's like, I can accept the hustling. You know what I'm saying? She's like, but I can't accept, you know what I'm saying, you fucking off in the streets, or you out here gang banging and doing all that. Like, she was like, man, like, she was like, yeah, see, she like, that's why we can never be together. She's like, I'm gonna go find me a nigga that I can be with. And I'm like, all right, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Go do you, like, you know what I'm saying? So we used to always have them little conversations and shit. Like, she used to be in her little feelings and shit. But that's some of them conversations used to start to lead to some good sex, right? Some motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, every function, her peoples do a lot of functions. Birthday parties, she had a big ass family. You know what I'm saying? Birthday parties and shit like that. Like, and they weren't from Vegas, they was from the South. I want to say like Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee, one of them motherfuckers, like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm going over there, like every function she calling me like, hey man, my people's got this function, you gonna slide with them? I'm like, yeah bro, I'm gonna slide with you. I got cool with the family and all that. Then one weekend, you know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying, we kicked it, but I can tell like that all that week, she been like kind of distant type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? She been like, ain't she there, but she ain't really there. You know what I'm saying? So she like, while we kicking it, she like, yeah, you know, I probably done found me a little boo thing, you know? I was like, oh yeah, is that right? She was like, yeah, like, you know, I probably done, you know, found me a little boo thing, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, shit, what the fuck you telling me for? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to start with them conversations that lead to some good shit. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I'm like, man, what the fuck you telling me for? Like, she like, I'm just letting you know, nigga. Like, so if you stop seeing me, you stop hearing from me, you know why. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like, don't tell me you in your feelings. Like, she like, oh, you gonna miss me, you gonna miss me. Like, I'm like, man, bitch, ain't nobody in their feelings. Like, you know, I'm like, I just shit, don't understand why you telling me. Like, boom. But she was really, basically, that was her way of like breaking the ice and letting the nigga know, like, hey, I met me somebody. This might be our last time, like, cause this new nigga over here, I think I'm gonna give him a chance, like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro, I had baby mama, I had a whole bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm hustling, I'm pimping. Like, I got a lot going on, bro. Like, at this time. Like, I got the spot on Wynn, over there off of Wynn in Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Off of, behind the Gold Coast, by the Palms, off of Flamingo and Wynn. Like, I got a lot going on at this time, my nigga. So, it's like, shit, okay, man. Really didn't hear from that bitch no more after that, though. Like, for real. Like, man, I remember 3 weeks went by and I'm sitting there thinking I was smoking with the homie. Remember, I was smoking with my cousin Loke. And I'm sitting there thinking like, hey, man, I ain't even hear from no one. Loke, it was my nephew Bolo. I'm sitting there smoking with Bolo. He had just came out here from Cali. Smoking with Bolo. I'm like, man, I ain't heard from my one little bitch, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, he like, what happened? I'm like, man, bitch said she was gonna get a little boo thing. Like, she must have really got one on the nigga. Like, he laughing and shit. He like, man, put your ass on the back burner, huh? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, man, that little bitch was cool though, boy. I'm like, boy, the sex was amazing. Like, boy, like, man. So I remember, like another week go by, a month go by, and I hit her like, fuck that. Like, damn, bitch, you ain't buy no weed from a nigga, no nothing. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about the sex. What about the money? Like, this new nigga must sell weed and all that. Like, damn, nigga, like, damn. This nigga that took my bitch and my money. Damn. You feel me? So, I hit the bitch and shit. She like, what's up? I'm like, what's up? She like, I'm like, damn, nigga, ain't heard from you. She like, I told you, like, when you stopped hearing from me, I didn't got me a new boo, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, but shit, you don't need no weed and all that. She like, man, he got all that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, like, for sure. She was like, man, you already know how I fuck with you, though, like, you know? She was like, you know, but hey, you know, I found somebody, like, you know, that ain't got a lot going on. I'm like, okay, that's cool, you feel me? I respect that, like. My electrolytes. Had to get my electrolytes back. So I'm like, y'all respect that, that's cool, you feel me? So I said about a month go by, she hit me out of the blue. She like, hey, my dude, he needs some weed. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so how much y'all trying to get? She like, nah, he needs some weight though. She's like, his plug bullshitting right now, and he been out for, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days, and she like, he new out here, he really don't know nobody out here, you know what I'm saying, she like, he from the East Coast, like, she's like, the only, you know what I'm saying, nigga he knows his plug, and he talk about saying he don't know when he gonna be back on and all that, like, I'm like, well, shit, what the nigga need? You know, I got it, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, I get a nigga a little deal, like, on some shit, like, you know, shit. She like, for real? I'm like, yeah, for real. I'm like, as long as you ain't kept it real with the nigga, you ain't told the nigga about us, like, I don't want no surprises or none of that, though, bro. Like, this nigga in his feelings, because we used to fuck around and all that, like, she like, nah, you know, she like, you already know, I keep it real, I'm a real ass bitch, like, I ain't, you know, got nothing to hide and none of that. She like, he already know everything. He knows that you used to be my boo, you know what I'm saying? I was fucking with you before I met him type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, shit, he bought his bread, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool then, you know? So boom, we meet up in the parking lot behind the Gold Coast. Because the Gold Coast got a big ass parking lot. You can park like semi trucks and shit back there and shit, but it's like right by my apartments also. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I meet him right there and shit, you know what I'm saying? Introduce myself to the nigga, me and the nigga chop it up. He was a cool ass nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Brown skin nigga, kind of stocky and shit. You know, nigga had braids and shit. Dude was cool and shit, you know? We gonna call him Mike, you know? Mike was cool, like, boom. So me and Mike was doing business and all that, like, everything was cool, like. It got to a point where I remember she ended up hitting me, and she like, well, shit, he doing something. She like, I'm finna come pick it up, you feel me? So she come pick up, you know what I'm saying, the little, the weight or whatever. I'm like, man, what's up? I'm like, so how your relationship going? She like, she's like, I ain't gonna lie, I really like him. She was like, you know how I used to ask you to, you know what I'm saying, give me a baby and all that? Cause that's one thing about her too. She used to, you know, when we used to be in there making that ghetto love, that bulletproof love, you know what I'm saying? She used to be like, leave it in, I want a baby. You gonna give me a baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, with that sexy ass, you know what I'm saying? I want a baby. You know, my dumb ass, I leave it right in, like, dummy. You know what I'm saying? But she never got pregnant though, like, you feel me? So she like, yeah, you know, I told you I want a baby and all that. She like, man, I really want, this nigga ain't got no kids. No, none of that. I ain't got no kids. She's like, man, I want, you know what I'm saying, this to be our first, like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I fuck around, marry this nigga. She's like, should I fuck around, propose if he taking too long to propose? Like, she's like, this how much I love this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what's up, like, that's cool, like, you know, so I'm happy for you. She was like, and she was like, shit, she like, don't tell nobody. She was like, cause I sold weed to her peoples when I was at the barbecues and come through the functions. I meet her peoples, I sell weed. So I'm selling weed to a lot of her cousins and all that. So she like, yeah, don't tell nobody. She's like, but we finna move back where he from. And I forgot what part of the East Coast he was from. I want to say either Baltimore, Jersey, one of them close to New York ass cities, but not New York. Philly, one of them motherfuckers, like, you feel me? So she like, yeah, we finna move to the East Coast. We finna move where he from and all that. Like in a couple months, like, we finna get up out of here. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all thing, you know? So after that, bro, I ended up catching my case. Like a week after that. Yeah, like a week after that, nigga, I ended up catching my case. You know? I ain't hear no more from him. I ain't hear no more from her. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So I'm in the pen. Boom. I end up running into her cousin in the pen. This is actually when I violated. So this is 2012. It's 2012 when I violated. I ended up running into her cousin in the pen. I'm like, what up, bro? We chopping it up and all that. Like, he telling niggas like, and this high desert too, you feel me? He telling niggas like, cause when I violated, they sent my ass back to high desert, you feel me? It was a whole nother story. We gonna get in them stories later, you feel me? So he telling nigga like, he like, yeah, man, ooh. He was like, man, you heard about that shit what happened to my cousin? I'm like, nah. He like, man, you know she died, bro. He was like, she ended up getting pregnant by the nigga. Her new nigga, I don't know if you know the nigga. I was like, yeah, I ended up meeting the nigga Mike. He was like, yeah, the nigga from the East Coast. I'm like, yeah. He like, man, she ended up getting pregnant by the nigga. They ended up having the baby, moving to the East Coast, and he ended up killing her, bro. I'm like, what? He like, yeah, man. Man, he ended up killing her and then killing himself. I'm like, damn. So when I heard that shit, bro, that shit fucked me up, bro. Cause I'm like, what? I'm like, that don't sound right though. Cause they had a good relationship. Like they had a real good relationship. And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I ain't seen him in about, cause I went to the pen, I was on the run by a year and a half. Like, I did a whole year in the pen and all that. I was on the run for a couple months. Yeah, so I ain't seen him in about a year and a half. Like, so you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, if their relationship took a turn and all that, but it just wasn't sitting right with me. Cause I'm like, man, that can't be. I'm like, dude, don't seem like he that type. And she not the lying type. She not the deceiving type. You know what I'm saying? None of that though. Like, she a real ass bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, that shit just don't. I'm like, damn. I'm like, so what happened? He was like, man, I don't even know. Like, you know, he a street nigga. So he like, man, I just know that the bitch ass nigga killed my cousin. And then the bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying, couldn't live with the fact that he did it. So he killed himself, my nigga. That's all I know, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, that nigga's a hoe nigga. He like he dead and whoop, whoop. And I'm like, damn, like, I'm like, man, that shit just, you know, just don't sit right with a nigga. So when I got out, I tried to look the shit up, but I couldn't find it because I didn't know what city the nigga was in on the East Coast, because they was back on the East Coast when this shit happened. So I say, this was a couple months ago. I'm leaving the dispensary, and guess who's going in the dispensary? Her sister. So, you know how you see somebody and you know them, but you really can't pinpoint where you know them from type shit right then and there? You like, hey. You're like, hey. You're like, you Ashley's sister. Yeah, ooh. So we chopping it up and all that. She like, oh, you leaving this bitch? I'm like, you already got my way. She's like, hey, I gotta ask you something. She like, here, take my number down. She was like, send me a text right now. And she was like, when I get back to the house, when I leave out this dispensary, I'm gonna call you. She like, man, I gotta ask you something. Cause you know, we was talking about, I'm like, man, I heard about your sister and shit. And you know, she was like, yeah, man, that shit was fucked up. She was like, you know, I ended up taking custody of her daughter and shit. Like, they had a daughter. She like, she in the car right now. So her husband was in the car. You know, I knew her husband and shit from playing dominoes with the nigga. I go up to the car, say what's up to the husband and shit. Look at the girl. She like, what, 12 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? 12, 11, some shit like that. Like, I'm like, damn, look, she look just like her mama. Like, and she look like dude too, though. Like, but she look just like her mama, though. Like, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. She like, take my number down. She like, there's some shit I want to ask you. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like, I'm going to hit you. Like, she like, cause, you know, I'm like, yeah, cause, she's like, you know, we didn't want to really talk in front of a little girl like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. So I say like 30 minutes later, I get a call. It's her and her husband. They got me on speakerphone and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was like, so I tell her like, you know, like, hey, yeah, I seen your cousin. I was locked up with your cousin. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he told me like, you know, what happened and shit. Like, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was like, I didn't see that in their relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, yeah, that's what everybody, you know what I'm saying, was tripping off of too. They was like, but it's some stuff that, you know, we didn't tell the family because we didn't want the family to know. She like, it's some stuff the coroner told us about her death and about his death that we just didn't disclose to the family. She's like, so all my cousin know is that, you know, my sister died and her baby daddy did it. I'm like, okay, like, so now I'm all ears now. Your legs falling asleep, so I'm all ears now. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so what you mean? Like, there's some stuff that, you know, that you didn't want to tell the family that the coroner told you, type shit. She was like, well, the coroner basically said that my sister died first, and that when my sister died, she had a choker necklace on her neck, like kind of like a dog collar on her neck, and it had a chain that was attached to the back of the collar, and where on their dresser in the bedroom where they found her at, she was on the bed where they found her at. He was laying next to her, some shit like that. On the bed where they found her at, it was a sex mask, a leather sex mask on the dresser. And the coroner thinks that she had that mask on, but he took it off because he didn't want nobody to see her like that. So the coroner thinks that it was a passion crime, and he did it on the accident because they were having sex and he basically strangled her and he wasn't trying to. We like, damn. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah. She like, yeah. She like, you know, he killed himself 20 minutes later. It was like how they found her and everything. She was like covered up and the mask was taken off. You could tell he took the mask off because her, you know what I'm saying, her hair was messed up. The coroner said you could see the indents from the mask where the mask was at when she had it on. And she also had the dog collar with the chain on, you know what I'm saying? And they think that, you know, because her cause of death is strangulation. So they think that, you know, something went wrong when they was having sex. He was choking her too hard or something. I don't know if he didn't hear the safe word that they had, you know. They was into some BS, what you call it, BSMD shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bondage, submission. I ain't into that shit, so I don't know. But they was into some shit like that, like, you feel me? And that's how she died, like, you know. So I'm like, damn, like, so the sister was like, so she like, what I want to ask you is, she's like, not trying to get in your sex life and your business or something. She was like, but, you know, you really the only person I know that used to fuck with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, so, was y'all into some, you know, into rough sex like that? Like, and I get to laughing and shit, like, She like, nah, it's just, I ain't even being funny. Like, she like, real shit though. I need to know though. Like, she was like, cause I'm raising, their daughter. And dude was cool from the little time that we knew him. Dude was cool. He ain't you, but dude was cool though. Like, and I want to be able to tell my niece good things about her dad without having his anger in my heart. Like, I know what the coroner told us, but I didn't know my sister was into no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, so, was y'all into shit like rough sex like that? Like. And I just kept it real with her. Like, your sister was a freak. Like, your sister was into some rough sex. Like, I'm like, me and her ain't never took it that far to, like, sex mask and dog chains and shit like that. I was like, but your sister liked it makeup sex. Like, she had started a fight with a nigga, to have makeup sex. Like, and it used to be very, very intense. Like nigga damn near fighting around this motherfucker, like, but that's how she liked it, like, she even damn near low-key likes for a nigga to take it, like, damn near, like, like, I was like, I can tell that eventually, yeah, I can see her going down that path, though, like, because, she liked it like that, she liked it rough like that, like, slapping, all that shit, like, And she was like, okay. She was like, whew, that takes a toll off my heart, like, she was like, because, she was like, I want to be able to tell my niece good things about her dad. And, I didn't know that my sister was into some freaky shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, your sister was in, she liked it rough. Like, she introduced me to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? She liked it rough. I was like, makeup sex with us was her shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she would start the argument and start the fight just to have makeup sex, do whatever she had to do, and it was very intense, like, during it, like, you know what I'm saying? She liked to be slapped, hair pulled, spit on, all that type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, okay, and I was like, damn, like, that's crazy, like, baby girl really went out like that, like, over some shit that, she liked it, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I got to thinking all kind of crazy, freaky shit. I got to thinking all kind of crazy, freaky shit, like, damn, like, I wonder did she bust a nut before she went out, like, was it like the orgasm or the killer orgasm, like, and I ain't, my bad, man, I ain't trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, laugh about the shit like that, like, that's a serious situation, though, like, you know what I'm saying, but, dark humor, man, you gotta find some, you know what I'm saying, some dark humor inside the situation, though, like, but it fucked me up, though, you know what I'm saying, cause baby girl was hella cool, though, like, hey, man, boy, look here, man, jeez, yeah, what she used to call it, the African love music, boy, we used to make that bulletproof love, you feel me? So, man, R.I.P. Ashley, man, and Mike, like, you know what I'm saying? I see stories like this, I was saving for the membership, but I see that we almost at 500 subscribers, and I'm gonna drop more stories like this. Once we hit 500, I got another story for y'all too, though, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna thank everybody that's been rocking with me, man. And come on, man, I didn't drop like 3-4 videos. Man, let's run them views up for me, Contraband. Man, let's get up in here, like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let's run them views up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We halfway there, baby. Halfway to the goal line, Like Nipsey said, this shit is a marathon. Shit ain't no sprint. This shit a marathon, And we gonna run this thing all the way until we get to the victory lap, baby. You know what I'm saying? That 1,000 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? That's the goal. You feel me? So thank everybody that's been rocking with me, man. Everybody that's been commenting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy G Money G Code. Shout out to my boy Bigger Than Hip Hop. Shout out to my boy Fave. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, shout out to everybody that's been commenting. Man, shout out to that boy over there at Insane Talk, my boy Rap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go run my boy up too, man. That boy over there at Insane Talk, man. I got that video coming for you too, Rap. You feel me? Also, I think I got like 4 days off coming up this week. My people's coming out here from Cali. I think I'm gonna go live and do a whole little couple hours, you know what I'm saying, with my peoples, telling stories and all that, you know what I'm saying, just kicking it with my peoples. Might hit the strip. Oh, it's college football. I'm finna start a contraband bets too. We betting on football, baby. You know what I'm saying? So all my people who bet and all that, man, y'all, let's run this thing up, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Contraband TV, I'm out this bitch.